So there's a bit of a stigma here ever since the COVID era of people in the remote jobs moving from Ontario to the East Coast, be it New Brunswick or anywhere in general. There's some people that view it negatively. In this case specifically, what it's referring to is out here it's people from Ontario or Ontariables. Again, self-included, had remote job, left post-COVID, 2023 post-COVID era, looking for a better life. And you'll get some people out here that might say, you spiked the housing market and y'all suck and whatever it may be. But I can see some of it in terms of especially the Toronto people, if they bring that obnoxious, remember, I'm from Toronto, if they bring that obnoxious Toronto self-righteous chop, let's go giddy up type of mentality, I find that annoying, but that's why I left. So with that, legally, the basis is, you have freedom of movement in this country, so you can choose to live wherever you want. The people that view, Toronto people spiking the housing market, I can see that a little bit. Just in the sense that, we're going to actually park here for a second. Go through this one. Nope. I can see generally people being upset about spiking the housing market, making things unaffordable in a province where the wages aren't as high as someplace like Toronto. That makes sense. I understand the perspective. For me, I've mentioned previously, it's I didn't come with a sold $1.2 million house in Toronto and, not working anymore, sitting on the gravy train and bid $700,000 on a $250,000 property because I could. The property that we purchased at the time, like I said, I bought the condo for $360-ish, bought the house here for $330-ish. Did we go over a little bit? Yeah, wasn't by much though. It was in the grand scheme of things buying a house, it was 10 or 20 grand. But I understand where people are coming from with that one. But the other side of it is, if you're basing it on people just being from Toronto and then declaring them assholes because you don't like Toronto, Toronto has become Southern Ontario has become an insanely unaffordable place to live, and anyone can play the blame game anywhere. You could blame everyone going to Toronto when everything went to the service industry and Toronto became overly flooded and spiked the housing market, where it's just become insanely expensive to live in the city I was born. So it's what's that from? Is you'll have things like immigration, you'll have things like that being from other countries and other provinces. So it's, to me, kind of silly. It's I'm not going to blame people from other parts of the country for moving to Toronto because they were trying to better their lives and make a living. That's silly. And it's just, environments and climates change. And it made sense at the time for, me and the wife to move out here. I didn't want to bring the Toronto with me. I've tried to ditch it as much as possible. I have my moments. Yeah, I get it. If you're going to come here, you should be trying to integrate as much as possible and not try and sit in your ivory tower and look down on everyone else. It's, if you're going to come here, it's go with the flow, be nice. The same should go for the other side, but someone's an ass, and honestly, fuck them. You're getting all bent out of shape of it getting all bent out of shape about it doesn't really matter, because they're going to think what they're going to think. And if someone doesn't like me because I'm from Ontario, that's them. I'm not going to waste my brain space worrying about it, because it's a waste of time. I'm not going to convince them otherwise. Let me know what you guys think, and please, I wonder if how widespread this actually is, and I would love to take a look and hear people's stories about interactions either way in this case. But that's all I had for this one. Nice talking to you.